Welcome back to another episode. If this is your first time at NFR Podcast, smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell because we're going to be uploading videos just like this on a weekly basis. But Lou, let's get into this, all right?
Yeah.
Because new video series, it's always nice to be able to do these. And the first graphic that we have on our hands for today is choose the worst two rappers here. So this one's tough, right? Because we are going on total artistry, correct?
Yep.
All
And
right.
we did a similar one where I think Ice Cube and Black Thought were swapped out for... Black Thought, Ice Cube, and Andre 3K were swapped out for Drake, J. Cole, 50 Cent.
There we go.
And I think you ended up saying Kanye West is out and also 50 Cent, but that was just for pure rapping.
Yeah, pure
Now
bass
it's
lyricism.
pure artistry. It's a bit different, and these are literally some of the best rappers of all time. So we wanted to make it as challenging as possible. And by the way, guys, we did a video on our top 50 rappers of all time. It's up on the channel right now. If you haven't checked it out, you can watch it after this video. But this is tough one, bro. This is a really big tough one.
You know what? It was tough
I mean-
until I accessed my top 50 list.
Really? That's all it takes?
That's all it takes. I mean, at the end of the day, right, if it's total artistry, because this is the way that I was looking at it, right? If you want to go based on lyricism, then I could argue that Kanye would be out of the conversation, right? He's definitely not the strongest spitter here.
And who else?
And then I was going to consider Wayne. Because the reason why I was going to consider Wayne is that you look at a Black Thought, you look at an Ice Cube, a Jay-Z, Andre 3K, Eminem, Nas, and Kendrick.
These guys are authors.
Like
These
it's a
guys are
completely different... And I'm not saying that Lil Wayne's a
Of
bad
course,
lyricist.
Lil Wayne's an
I'm just saying
amazing lyricist.
It's a different type of pedigree, at least in my opinion.
Yes.
But everything considered, Kanye and Lil Wayne are in my top 10 rappers of all time, so I can't remove them. So based on my list for today, I went with Ice Cube and Black Thought.
I have the exact same order. Like
Okay,
I can't go based on anything else. I mean, obviously, Cube and Black Thought have had great solo and group careers. Like they've done so much for the culture, but it's who we're faced up against.
Okay,
What do you
but
want to do?
This is
What
what's
can you do?
interesting. Okay, because didn't you have Black Thought over Eminem in your top 50?
It's true that you know what it is true.
If you consider everything, that's what I'm saying.
That's
is
tough.
That, and listen, unless
That's
the top
tough.
50 list has just changed even a month later.
I
top 10, should I
was
say.
debating between Black Thought and Eminem. Now that you mentioned Eminem, I almost forgot about him in this graphic.
Or did you?
You know what? You're right. I got to stick with my order and my ranking. Eminem
But
and Ice
don't
Cube.
feel like you need to, because like
I don't feel like I need to, but like on second thought, like no pun intended, I think Black Thought has to stay. So Eminem and Cube. Eminem and Cube for me.
I don't do no.
What do you mean?
I get it. I get it.
What
though.
could you say about Black
get
Thought
it.
to
No, I
knock him off
can't.
any
I
points? You
can't. No,
can't.
he's
And
top
also,
15 in my
like,
list. No, I
that's it.
can't.
And in today's day and age, like I'd rather
can't.
listen to Black Thought's new music than Eminem's new music. So that helps me.
But would you rather
with my
listen
answer.
to Black Thought's catalog and the Roots catalog or Eminem's catalog? All time.
There's certain albums from Eminem and certain albums from the
Just-
Roots
yeah,
and
bro, it's
Black
yes or
Thought.
no. Yes or no. What would you put?
I'm choosing the worst two. I'm going Eminem and Ice Cube here.
That's how Lou's gonna end this segment. Okay, next one. Choose the best two rappers here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a stacked roster.
Yes.
When we look at this,
only legends, right?
when we look at this roster of rappers, you got to ask yourself, how did we get so lucky? And that's what I want to say about this, is that when you look at, let's say, the Miles, you look at 6ix9ine, 645 AR, Bad Baby, some of the most talented rappers to ever grace the game.
I mean, has there been anyone that's dropped more classic albums than Lil Pump? Do we have an artist in the world that even exists
Okay,
like
all
that?
jokes aside, though, what did you go with here?
In all seriousness, I mean, this picture of Miles is hilarious, bro. Honestly speaking, like, Miles is not going to be my choice for one of the best two, but I feel like he's maybe the most clever because he's bad, but he tries to be a bad rapper. Like, that's his whole shtick.
Yeah, it's a
is
comedy rap.
Being
Absolutely.
a meme rapper. So I feel like if he actually tried, he'd be better than anyone else on this list.
Okay, how about 645 AR? Did that ever come to mind?
645 ER is not going to...
Shout out to 645 AR, though. Hey, listen, it's for someone.
That is, it's like a voice you'd hear in a cartoon. Like, it's cool. It's cool that he could reach that level with his auto-tune and whatever other effects he
listen,
throws
man,
in.
people
But
are listening.
hey, man, it ain't for me.
Okay, best two over here, though. I think
Nav is a lock,
Yeah,
right?
Nav is an absolute.
Nav is a lock.
Yeah,
He has
he's
great melodies, pretty solid albums. Well, one solid album
Two.
and a half.
No, Perfect Time
And a
is pretty
half.
solid.
Perfect Timing gets like 0.5 a point for me.
Self-titled.
Of course, self-titled.
How do you like Emergency Tsunami?
You know what? It's not bad. You know what?
That's
One
why.
plus
no?
2.5 is two solid albums for Nav.
There we go.
And then
I
Lil
went-
Dicky is not good at all. I cannot stand the Lil Dicky music that I've heard. I mean, he has one album. It's not good. Even the songs like Earth, it's so cringe.
You know
Freaky
what?
Friday, so cringe.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gone through a couple of Lil Dicky songs and actually enjoyed them.
Like professional rapper, like one of those.
Well, no, like but when that dropped, it was like early 2010s, like mid 2010s. Like I get the vibe, you know, I understand.
But you're
what
not
it is.
choosing him, of course.
No, I'm not choosing
Bad
Lil Dicky.
Baby cannot be considered, in my opinion.
Thomas McDonald is gonna get right out of here. Get Tom out of
It's
here.
really between, for me, if I'm being totally honest, 6ix9ine or Lil Pump, believe it or not.
Okay.
to join
does
Nav.
Bad Baby's Gucci flip flops like make a little bit of a push here and like that's a banger. That's a good banger.
No.
No, but I'm not going Bad Baby. Shout out Bad Baby though. She did great for her music career.
Lil
But-
Xan has not given us enough. Maybe if he gave us more, but I don't know if I want more.
I'm gonna- you know
Lil
what?
Pump or 6ix9ine?
I'm gonna go Lil Pump and Nav.
I'm gonna go Lil Pump and Nav as well.
I
The
think that's
top
easy.
two in
Yeah,
the graphic.
I think that's the easy one to go.
It was
with.
meant to be. But all right,
All right, next
one is going to be choose 3 songs to never listen to again. And we have 3 songs from the 2010s, 3 songs from the 2000s, and 3 songs from the 90s. So Ric Flair Drip by Offset and Metro, R&P by Corday and Anderson .Paak. We have A Lot by 21 featuring J. Cole, Stay Fly by 3 6 Mafia, So Fresh, So Clean by Outkast, Hate It or Love It by The Game featuring 50, 93 Till Infinity by Souls of Mischief, Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep, and Hail Mary by Tupac. For me, all the 90s songs are staying.
90s and 2000s songs are staying. What are you gonna do? You have Stay Fly as your ringtone.
I know, I literally do.
Come on, what are you gonna do with that?
I can't take that one off.
I hate it or love it. Imagine never listening to that song.
So
again.
literally all 3 of the new age ones.
Yeah.
You know what it is for me? Like, for example, as of right now, as of today, R&P might be like my most listened to out of like all these 90s and not the 90s, out of the 2010s and 2000s ones, it might be my most listened to song right now.
Okay, listen, a lot could skadoodle. Ric Flair Drip could skadoodle. And
Yeah,
R&P
Ric Flair
could-
Drip easily is out of there.
And yeah, well, is it really? Is it that easy?
You know what?
Is it that easy? I don't think it's that easy.
For Ric Flair Drip, it's pretty easy, bro. Like, it's a slapper, but it's like, it's one of those bangers that has done what it's needed to do. I've gone to enough parties, enough outings where
I could say the same
I've
thing about a lot
enjoyed
in
it.
R&P though, because listen, I love all of these songs,
Yeah,
right?
of
Especially the
course.
top row. The top row is full of slappers. You look at Ric Flair Drip, R&P, a lot. But that's
But let me
not the
ask you
question
this.
I'm asking myself, right? Because this is a process of elimination type of game.
As much as I love Hell on Earth and as many times as I've bumped it, I think it's a classic Mobb Deep song. How often are you listening to it though?
Oh man, but it's just like, you know when you get that itch for like 90s
I
music,
know.
you can't. The thing is that like I can't personally remember the last time I went back to R&P. It must have been like a year ago. I mean, or Ric Flair Drip or A Lot. I feel like I have over abused those songs, and that's why my process of elimination is going to make me go with that top row, is because I've already abused like 3 of the top songs on there. Don't get me wrong, it's not the songs that I think are the worst, which are actually, it's pretty arguable because look at all the classics you have at the
Yeah.
bottom. But like 93 Till Infinity, Hell on Earth, bro, like Hail Mary, come on, stop this. You
Listen,
know?
I'm you guys are gonna hate me after I say this, but the 3 that I'm gonna choose to never listen to again are Ric Flair Drip, A Lot by 21, and then Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep, just because I have so many other Mobb Deep classics, and I know for those cold winter days, there's nothing that gives you that gritty New York feeling like a song like Hell on Earth, but I have a lot of others to choose from. With R&P, there's not that many modern songs that give me that kind of feeling. I love it too much.
All right, I'm going to go Ric Flair Drip, R&P, and A Lot. That was pretty
All
easy
right,
for me. But
fair
okay,
enough.
choose 3 rappers that will dominate the 2020s. So you have a lot of different
It's
rappers in
tough
here.
because we're making like fortune teller type predictions.
Yeah, but you're already in 2024. So
That's
I mean,
true.
like, there's
That's
been
true.
certain things that have transpired.
And we also
So-
chose to like not include someone like a Drake or a Tyler the Creator or a Travis Scott because it's too easy if they'd be in here, right? To say they're going to dominate for the next couple of years or so. But these are more, yes, some established acts, but also some that are rising or that are on their way to being the faces of hip hop, you could argue. Who do you want to get out of here right away? Who do you want to kick off the boat?
21 Savage.
You don't think 21's going to dominate the decade?
He low-key, like, he's had a really strong start, but I just mean that, like, I could understand why people are getting a bit frustrated with his sound.
Let's also make this black and white and super crystal clear, all right? Because this has to be artists that dominate in the sense of popularity, but quality as well, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So, okay, I wanted to take out Gunna and 21 Savage because, yes, I do think they've had fantastic careers, are at the top of their game right now. But who knows? Maybe by the end of the decade, you'll see certain things transpire and, you know, maybe it just gets stale or maybe they can't recreate their sound. It's like, I've seen already a lot from them. And I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm just saying that would be like It's kind of my cop out, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but
Because
Gunna
they already
literally
have,
had
like, the
his
most
biggest
developed
year
careers.
yet and had his biggest hit of his career. So I don't know if I could eliminate him just yet.
Is Business' highest selling album first week?
Gift and a Curse.
Sorry, Gift and a Curse. My bad.
What is it? His highest selling? I don't think so. I think DS Forever sold a bit more.
Still Diaz Forever.
But I will say this: Yeet for me is going to get out of here. I think that Yeet has a lot of promise. I do think there maybe is a ceiling to how big his audience can get. I feel like he's captured a lot of the kids and the youth, and obviously there's going to be more and more youth coming with every year. But
I don't know.
I think that based on what I've heard so far, there is a certain cap to how big Yeet will get, in my opinion. But you never know. I don't like to say that,
No,
but
I'm not gonna get Yeet out of here. Right
I'm
away.
getting him out. For Ken Carson,
The reason why I didn't want to go with Ken Carson or Destroy Lonely is
as long
because
as
of-
Cardi's around.
Well, no,
Will they
not
surpass Cardi?
Because you never know, though. You never know, because you look at the Baby Keem situation right now, and like Kendrick's handed him the torch. So
Low
who
key, but not quite.
So who knows what happens with the whole Opium label and how they end up pushing Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. The only reason why I'm going to exclude them at this point is because it's too premature.
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite of 21 Savage and Gunna. So all that's left for me right now is Playboy Cardi, Ice Spice, Yeet, Baby Keem, and JID.
Ice Spice is not a bad answer. It's not the safest answer. Like if you're placing a bet today, it won't maybe give you the best odds, but man.
I'm gonna say this. I want to keep Yeet into this race because
Really?
I'll explain to you why.
Really?
Based on what
Wow.
I've been hearing as far as snippets go, and based on what his new album is supposed to sound like, he sounds like a completely different artist.
That is a bold take, my good sir.
He sounds like a completely.
That is a bold take.
So I'm no, hold on. I'm not saying I'm getting rid of him. I'm not getting rid of him forever.
Just give me your three, bro.
But it's
Enough
hard, though,
dancing
because
around the room. Let's go.
I have 5 here. There's 5 here. There's JID, Playboy Cardi, Ice Spice, Yeet, and Baby Keem. Okay, listen.
Ice Spice, in terms of like
I'll give it to you.
who's the hottest
Do
right now,
Do you want it?
Ice Spice is the hottest in the game, without a doubt. So, but she's not tested enough. She doesn't have the studio album.
That's
She's
what I was
been
going to
hot
say.
for
I'm going
only
to give
2
I'm going to give her
years.
the same treatment as I did for Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson.
Yeah.
She's out of the picture.
She is.
So now at this point, I have Playboy Cardi, JID, and Baby Keem. If I
Yeah.
really had to put my money on
That's
it,
who I'm going with.
I'd probably go with those 3. The reason why I'm going to go JID over Yeet is because they're very similar as far as, actually, I think even at that, JID is a lot more successful sales.
Jid and Yeet are similar?
No. I'm talking about sales and commercial
Okay.
wise right now.
Okay, fair enough.
No. Are you fucking
Okay,
crazy?
that's why I
It's
said
going-
sonically. I'm like,
No,
oh,
no.
buddy.
But I think that JID, especially for like that traditional hip hop and bringing in real lyricism back and bringing in and carrying that lane, will be the forefront of that. And there's always going to be a demand for that in hip hop. And regardless, you look at the Forever Story, that was massive. If this
Surround
Metro
sound,
massive, not
Metro
only
Boomin.
absolutely. If this Metro Boomin album drops, that is a game changer. So I'm going to keep him in the mix. Baby Keem is the poster child right now for PG Lang. I think that's going to be an absolute lock. And Cardi, well, I think that's self-explanatory.
Totally agree. Cardi, Jid, and Baby Keem, the future of this decade in hip hop, according to us. But next up, choose 3 rappers to form the best group. And
This one's fun.
This one's fun because the idea was to like sort of put together the most random 9 rappers we could think of.
But I got a list easy with this
Pusha
one.
T, Lil Uzi Vert, Chief Keef, Ski Mask the Slump God, Vince Staples, Youngboy, Doja Cat, Skepta, and Kid Cudi. I want to be honest, I want to throw Skepta into the mix. I feel like Skepta in a group dynamic could thrive so well just because
Brother, you read
he
my
has
mind.
great collabs with people like Rocky and so many other hip hop artists.
Oh my goodness, you have absolutely read my mind. By the way, he's slated to drop an album this year, which
He
I'm
is.
really
I'm
excited
fucking
for.
down.
I'm really excited for that. Actually, we'll probably do a review for that at some point. But yeah, Skepta's a lock. Vince Staples and Pusha T. That's gonna be my group. That is a crazy group.
Because you
that
know
would
what it
be
is?
the-
That to me,
that
it's
would
like
be crazy.
Vince Staples is a bit more like mellowed and chilled out. He's not as like high
but-
energy as a Skepta.
No, but bro, you find him on a North, for example. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Don't get confused that by these past 2
What
albums.
about like production wise? What could Skepta and Vince rap over that like
Bro,
would make
because
sense?
the thing is that both because Skepta also does a lot of his own production as
does.
well. And bro, I've heard Skepta do so many different types of soundscapes, especially like let's say on the electronic front, and I've heard him on drill beats, whatever the case may be. I just feel like you get those 3 spitters in the same room, and you get let's say an album experience from them. It must be stupid, and then you get the more menacing Pusha T. Then after that, you get the more playful and bouncy Vince Staples, and then you get the sharp technical Skepta in there. It's over. It is
Listen,
perfect
bro,
chemistry. No way.
I like where you started, but then you just jumped off the cliff for me. I'm
Why?
sorry. I can't follow along with the Skepta, Pusha T, Vince Staples. I feel like stylistically they're so different. I mean,
They've all been into gangster rap. They've all done this sort of lane before. They're all top tier penmans. Come on,
I
are
just
you
feel like in
serious?
terms of their delivery, their voices, they're sort of very different, which you could say it could end up complementing each other,
course.
but I can't picture their three voices meshing
Like, I don't
for a
want
full
fucking
studio album. So what I would rather go with, to be honest with you, in terms of just pure energy, in terms of pure creativity, I want to go with Skepta, Kid Cudi. I think that they would make a great collaboration. And then the third one is going to be Chief Keef.
Bro,
I want to
what?
have Skepta. I think Skepta and Chief Keef could go really well on some drill shit.
You want to hear Kid Cudi? You want to hear Kid Cudi on some drill shit?
No, but then you could have some more diverse melodic cuts with Cudi. Like, for example, look at what Chief Keef did with All the Parties. He can go in a softer, more melodic tone if he wants to.
Bro.
So yes, Skepta, Chief Keef, Kid Cudi. That's my trio. Fuck it.
Do you truly feel like your trio of Kid Cudi, Chief Keef, and Skepta would be better than a trio of Pusha T, Vince Staples, and Skepta?
In my world, they're more, together. They're more family.
Oh, Lou, never get
sonically.
a DNRing. It's time to...
I'm telling you, man.
Jeez, bro.
You're telling me with Pusha T, Vince, and Skepta? No.
I can even hear the song.
That's not the one.
I absolutely.
The
but
song,
okay.
what about the album? Anyways,
All right.
let's move on. Choose two artists to get an album from this decade, and these are artists that we've been waiting on for new music for years. Like years. So Frank Ocean, it's been since 2016's Blonde. You have Rihanna, it's been since Anti, and what was that, 2016 as well?
2016.
D'Angelo, it's been since 2014 with Black Messiah. Lauryn Hill, it's been since the 90s. The Internet, one of my favorite alternative R&B groups. It's been since 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Death Grips, it's been also since 2018. Jay-Z since 2017. 50 Cent since 2014. And Dr. Dre since 2015.
This one's easy for me.
Bro, like, wait. How fucking insane would our Death Grips album reaction be in 2024?
It
Like,
would be crazy.
Don't say it's not tempting.
It would be
to
crazy
get a new album from
because
this decade.
when I look at D'Angelo, I've gotten enough of a catalog from him. Like, I'm cool with it.
Have you? You got 3 albums, bro. What do you mean?
Ridiculous.
That's enough of a catalog. Of course, they're incredible.
Yeah, but the same
But
thing.
Frank Ocean's giving you the same amount. So what would make you say
It's just that
Frank
because-
over D'Angelo?
because someone like D'Angelo has been singing since the 90s, so like that's why is
Okay.
that I like you got to see like Frank, let's say, go through the times and see what he could develop over the decades. You've kind of seen like D'Angelo's career play out over time, and I'm like, he has a legendary catalog. You can't fuck with it. I'm gonna go Frank Ocean and Jay-Z. I'll explain to you why. 50 Cent, I do feel like he's out of his prime at
Yeah,
the moment.
I agree.
I feel like even if you've gotten like Animal Ambition,
I'm still
and other
curious
one,
for a new 50,
I would be
though.
curious, but I'm okay with it. Dr. Dre, I mean, Detox is way past me at this point. I'm super down. Don't get me wrong. Dr. Dre is one of my favorite artists of all time, but
You're
I'm
over
cool
it.
with it. Death Grips, I think it would be a super cool reaction. I'm always down for new Death Grips, but is it gonna really stick through my rotation like that? I have to think about that too. Like,
do? You do?
I want this music to be able to hit the rotation. The Internet, as you said, I'm hyped as well. The announcement just came out, I believe, this week, so I'm absolutely like, I'm in awe. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really down for this album. But then again, it's like, over a Jay-Z album or over Frank Ocean, I don't know. Then I look at Lauryn Hill. That was the only other artist that I was looking at, and I'm like, well, that could be in contention.
You know what?
I
mean,
feel like the reason why I wouldn't want Lauryn Hill to drop again is because like I understand the intentions of her catalog and the reason why she didn't do it, and it's so legendary to see her have only 2 albums and one of them being a group album and that carry out the rest of her legacy, that I feel like, would it not just like fuck with the catalog a bit? You don't think it would fuck with the catalog a bit?
I get what you're saying, where it's like
It ruins the mystique,
it ruins the mystique, but like she's still active in the game. Like
She
she's still
is, of
touring.
course.
She's still doing features. It's not like Lauryn Hill's gone into hiding or something.
No,
like,
she's
she's
a
still
top-tier
active.
artist.
So
She's
for-
incredible.
That's why, like, Lauryn Hill is literally, especially after hearing that Nobody verse, she reminded me that she has not lost a simple sense of rhythm, of lyrical capability. And yeah, man, she's still sounding incredible live. So for me, Lauryn Hill is an absolute lock. She's an artist I would love to get an album from this decade. When it comes to Jay-Z, yes, I had him in contention, but for me, 444 is the perfect send-off. That's something I
That's
don't want
true.
tampered with.
That's true.
For the Internet, like I said, Hive Mind was an incredible album that they dropped. Like, they've gotten better with every new release, so that's a really hyped one for me. Get some more Steve Lacy on there, some more fucking juicy bass lines. But not as hyped as a Frank Ocean. So for me, like you said, for D'Angelo, I like your argument there. Frank Ocean is one of my most anticipated, and so is Lauryn Hill. Those are my two locks.
You know what? I'm gonna switch my answer to Lauryn Hill. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, it may fuck with the catalog, but whatever.
Let me ask you this: what if 3 Stacks for a rap album was in the conversation?
Wow, you're not down with Blue Sun?
Of course, but I'm saying, let's say that rap album was in the conversation. Would it take precedence over a Frank or a Lauryn? Not for me.
No, I feel
Not
like
for me.
I'm really down to hear what Lauryn Hill has
Yeah.
to say. But okay, let's go into the next graphic. All right, choose the 2 worst albums here, and this is interesting because we have a mix of alternative rock, we have soul music in here, we have a bunch of different things, and I know you're a big fan of a lot of these albums. So,
Yep.
how hard was the process of elimination here?
Well, I didn't do it. I'm doing it right now on the spot with you, man. So, shit. I mean, I don't want to take off Random Access Memories by Daft Punk because that's just simply one of my favorite dance albums ever. To Pimp a Butterfly by
That's a
Kendrick
lot.
Lamar is staying.
OK Computer for me is a long.
OK Computer will stay.
It was written as Sting.
It Was Written will stay as well. Back to Black
so
by
where
Amy
you-
Winehouse is going to have to stay.
That is Sting as well. Yes, it is.
So we're left
Okay,
with
it's-
Atrocity Exhibition. You still have Random Access Memories in there.
I'm still considering it.
So listen, I'm taking out Man on the Moon by Kid Cudi. I have to take out Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna leave. For me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's gonna be one of them. That
Okay,
has to
listen.
bounce.
I'll tell you. I already have my answers. I'm
Okay.
gonna do Random Access and I'm gonna do Atrocity Exhibition.
What's the third though? Oh, it's only two. It's
yeah,
only
it's
two
Yeah,
albums,
it's two
right?
here. It's only 2 albums.
For me, it's gonna be Atrocity Exhibition and Man on the Moon by Kid Cudi.
Yeah, so
I'm
you would
keeping
go Random Access over Man on the Moon?
Absolutely, I would. Absolutely,
That's a
I
tough
would,
one,
bro.
Lou.
I would.
I
bro.
get it though because I understand how much you love the album, but yeah, you know what? No, I'm still going Random Access and Atrocity Exhibition. At least in my musical taste for my
Fair enough.
rotation.
Fair enough.
But okay, let's go on to the next one. This one was this is a funny graphic. Choose 2 of these music careers to erase. It's just such a mix of like different artists, but all legends, in their own respect. All rappers that have had decade-defining careers over multiple decades at that. Some of the most legendary artists of all time. So where are you going?
2 of these music careers to erase.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this.
I'll
Bob
tell you
Marley.
this.
Okay. This is
Bob
gonna
Marley is staying.
Bob is staying.
Michael Jackson staying. Stevie Wonder staying. Biggie and Tupac
is staying.
are staying. It's
Eminem
between,
is staying. Eminem is
No,
fucking.
for me, it's between the 4. It's between Rakim, Eminem, Elvis Presley,
and that's
and
it.
James Brown.
Yes.
Between those 4. James Brown, you would probably not have. Well, you wouldn't have funk as a genre because he pioneered funk.
Well, you still have it, but I mean, like, yeah, the influence is massive.
You wouldn't like. He was really like one of the guys.
Yes,
to,
yeah, I understand,
to
but like to
really
say that like
pioneer-
it wouldn't be there, like that's a big statement.
And what's crazy too is that like so much early hip hop was reliant on sampling funk songs. So
James Brown is staying for me.
James Brown stays like
James
too
Brown-
too important of a career. If you were to remove his career, I don't know what music looks like. So now I'm left with Rakim, Eminem, and Elvis. Elvis Presley could go. He could take a walk. Elvis could take the walk
I'm
in
cool
this
with music.
situation.
Actually, that's one of my grandfather's favorite artists of all time.
He's made great music, but again, with who we're playing with here, I mean Elvis, he got too much credit for making rock and roll what it is and saying that he invented rock and roll, which he didn't. He also had tons of help with the earlier records, so that knocks off some points for me. So Elvis is out of here, and then it's Rakim or Eminem. Again, in terms of, I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Yes, I listen to more Eminem. I enjoy more Eminem. Catalog-wise, I think Eminem has more classic albums, but I'm taking out Eminem just because, again, Rakim sort of laid the groundwork for so many of my favorites today.
Elvis Presley and Rakim is gone for me.
Elvis and Eminem for myself.
All right, next one. Choose the worst 2 years for music. This one's interesting because
Yeah.
you have a lot of 2010s, which is obviously one of the most prominent decades, at least.
I think we just kind of chose like some of our favorite years of all time for this, and
Yeah.
specifically like for hip hop.
Yeah, this is
in this
specific
case.
for hip hop.
2018 is staying for me. That's not bouncing. Same for 94 and 96.
That's cool. Is 2017 in contention right here?
2017, man.
Because 2015, you get rid of Rodeo, To Pimp a Butterfly. If you're reading This Is Too Late, What a Time to Be Alive. Like,
no, you can't do
you
that.
can't get rid of that. 2013, you have Yeezus. You have Nothing Was the Same. You have watching movies with the sound off as well. You have the internet. You have a lot of big ones there.
Yeah, man.
So I think I know where I'm going with this.
I think, I don't know about 2022 though. I think 2017 could bounce. Unfortunately, even though we're losing Flower Boy and we're losing
Damn and 444 and a bunch of other ones, but I'm okay with that. 2017 was the easy one. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
2017 and 2022. I'll explain to you why.
by 2022, man.
Because okay, at this point it's between 2022 and 1999, right? Let me go through some rap albums that dropped
No, I
in
know.
1999.
What about
2001
I was more looking at 2016 and not 99.
No. 20,
But 2016, summer of 16, yeah, you
no
can't.
way.
You can't escape
That
from
is
that.
a crazy year. There's no way. Bro, 2001, Things Fall Apart, I Am, Operation Doomsday, Volume 3 by Jay-Z, The Slim Shady LP.
No, I know.
Black on Both Sides by Mos Def. No way.
You can't take on 99.
No way.
Yeah, you're right. It is 2022 and 2017. It is.
I'm cool with that. Born Again by Biggie was still like a pretty decent posthumous release. So regardless, I think that's what I'm going with as far as this graphic here. But
I
okay.
agree. 2017, 2022, that's both our
This
answers.
one is going to be interesting. Choose two features to remove, all right? So you have Lil Uzi Vert on Shooter, you have Playboi Carti on Earthquake, you have J. Cole on FPS, Jay Electronica on Jesus Lord, The Baby on Under the Sun, Kendrick Lamar on Mona Lisa, Tory Lanez on Liddy, Wiz Khalifa on Breath Control, and then Freddie Gibbs on 500 Ounces. This one was tough for me.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not basing this just on lyricism, excuse me. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. This is based on the value that these features added to the songs, how great the verses are as a whole, and also, yeah, just how much I listen to these performances. So,
Okay, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole locks, right? Those are staying.
yeah.
No, those
like,
are- those are
what would
all-time
those songs be without those performances?
that's
if you
what I'm
think
trying to say.
about it. What else? Okay,
Uzi
listen.
on Shooter is a lock.
Yeah, he made Shooter
Ah,
what it is.
you were going to trick me there. I thought you were
No.
going to say he's out of there. Okay.
For me, Playboi Carti on Earthquake is gonna be a lock, bro. I'm not gonna lie
that's
to
a
you.
lock. That's a cool
Like,
lock. All right.
You
all right.
never heard Carti the way that you heard him on Earthquake before.
Okay, so this is where we're going. Okay, we got two more to go. There's five more in contention based on what you and I just
I'll
said.
tell you this. As much as I hate to do it, one of the features I'm removing is gonna be Wiz Khalifa on Breath Control. As much as I love it,
I've
gotten that Wiz many times.
I've gotten that. That's fine. That's not a problem.
even though I love it so much.
Okay, so now we're down to the final four. You have The Baby on Under the Sun. The reason why I want to keep it is because then again, you remove that feature. What is that song without The Baby?
Yeah.
And you have to give him credit where it's due. You really do. Under the Sun would not be it without him.
It wouldn't, and
Yeah.
it's maybe a career best verse for the baby, literally.
So okay, listen, The Baby's gonna stay.
Yeah,
Can we agree with that?
I think so.
The Baby's gonna stay.
Now we're
So-
left between Jay Elec on Jesus Lord, Freddie Gibbs 500 Ounces, and Tory Lanez on Liddy.
Okay, so obviously the most lyrical, skillful verse out of all of these is going to be Jay Electronica on Jesus
I
Lord.
don't know if I'm keeping it though. I'm not sure.
I know. Listen to this next one. Then we got Tory Lanez on Liddy. That's why I feel like is the most high voltage, the most energizing, let's say, performance out of these three. But then I feel like the mix of both, like Freddie Gibbs on 500 Ounces, that is Sting. For me, Freddie Gibbs is fucking
Freddie
Sting today.
Gibbs remains on the board,
There we go. So it's
and
between-
Tory Lanez stays on the board. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Fuck it, man.
Okay, so Jay Electronica and Wiz Khalifa are gonna get.
That's a
outta
hot
here.
take, though.
That's gonna be a hot
Jay
take.
Elec staying. Well, yeah, man.
But I get what you're saying with the Tory Lanez on Liddy though. That's a big song,
Bro,
for-
the hook is so anthemic. His verse is phenomenal. He's letting it all hang on that song. He's letting it all hang out. He is. You can make your dirty mind go wherever it goes, man. What I said made sense, all right? I'm saying he's showing like his true colors lyrically. He's saying it all. He's not holding anything back.
Bro, if NFR out of context is watching this, fucking clip that.
Flip
up
that
first.
shit right away. But yeah, man, that's the end of the graphic. This was fun.
This was a
This
good,
was a
yeah, it's
good time.
series. All right, we'll do this again.
Absolutely, guys. Let us know which categories we should include the next time that we do this. Of course, let us know your answers in the comments. We're always looking through those and seeing if we agree, if we disagree, whatever the case may be. If you guys enjoy this and it was your first time watching an NFR video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're a regular here, make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss another video again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.